morning or afternoon or night or evening or whatever. I don't know when you watch this. I don't know if you'll watch this, but I'm watching Love Strikes Twice, and the commercials make it seem like a 13 going on 30 sort of type of a thing. Like that she's going to get transported back to being 15 to maybe make some changes in her life or something like that. And so we meet her husband, and she's this big time lawyer, and she's really pretty much ignoring him and stuff. And then her friend comes into her office and says something about some guy that from college or something that she thought that she was going to wind up marrying him. And my biggest problem so far with this movie is that to me, both of the guys are interchangeable. Like if you right now, with me being 8 minutes and 49 seconds into this movie, if you put both of these guys in a lineup, I would not be able to tell you who was the husband and who was the person, Rick, that her friend thought that she'd wind up marrying. So, um, that's not good. As far as me, caring, both of the guys seem really, like this husband seems really generic. So, I'm hoping that I'm going to like her better in the next little bit, because that's going to be, I'm going to need to like her better and care about this situation so that I can get into this movie. Wish me luck. Okay, well, I'm going to try to talk even though Max is here. And Max thinks it's time for dinner, don't you? So he's being nice to me, but at the same time, he just wants me to get up and feed him. Could you do a cool baby? Anyway, spoiler alerts, because it's a review, so I got to talk about the movie. I only have like 35 minutes to go in this movie. I don't think it's very good, but I still, excuse me, keep watching it. The same thing I said, you're scratching my shirt. The same thing I said about, um, the same thing I said about the boys, the men being kind of like the same, like they have the same coloring and the same hair color. And it's just like, you guys seriously couldn't go to the Hallmark barn and pull out another, like, these are all people I haven't seen before. I don't know if they've been in anything. Like, even the side characters are people I've never seen before. So they got like all like newcomers. So these were just all people who, anyway, I would have thought that even in your batch of Hallmark newcomers, you could have found somebody who looked like, who looked like they weren't couldn't play brothers or cousins in a movie, basically. Um, the fact I'm just having such a hard time. Like you need to root for somebody, and so like in this movie, like they're trying her the guy that she winds up marrying in real life. With her do-over, she's thinking she's not supposed to marry him because they're having problems. Like he says to her, like, maybe we shouldn't have got married in the first place. And so she wants him to be happy. So she thinks the key to making him happy would be for her to not marry him, for her to marry this other guy who's a doucher. And if he's not a doucher, his dad is a complete and utter douchebag. So, like, why would you marry him knowing that this is going to be your father-in-law? Uh, so she's just going along with this. Like, the doucher asked her to marry him, and she's like, okay. And I'm just like, you just, why? Like, even if you want to, like, set this guy free, like, how are you making this choice? Like, they haven't shown enough of why she's with that other guy in the first place for me to think he's remotely likable or like, I think my face is like this for most of the time, but I still have to watch this movie. Now I have to see what happens. If they save the library, because I want them to save the library, and all I keep thinking is, like, why don't they just get it, when you make something historical landmark, because he was saying, like, there's stuff that he's saying that makes it sound like it should just be a landmark. I'm thinking if we just come to that, like, I'm an idiot, and I came to that, like, very early on, that that's what they should do. So I, I, I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. I gotta keep going, and I'll let you know when I'm done. I'm almost done. But I swear to God, I'm not even gonna be able to tell you whether or not you should watch this movie when I get done. And with the spoilers, but I think I'm not really spoiling anything that you can't really see from the commercials and stuff, right? And we always know Hallmark movies are predictable anyway. So are there really any spoilers? Not really. So yeah, we'll see if I'll be able to tell you. I this far into it, I feel like I should be telling you shouldn't watch this movie, but yet I'm still going to finish it. So that's very complicated. I don't know, but I'll be back. Well, hello, I'm back. And it's a different day, but I realized that I never finished my review of Love Strikes Twice. And I think I actually finished it that day. And just excuse the fact that I literally have the hairstyle of a 5-year old because my hair's just a wreck. And then I had to go work some overtime this morning, just like 6 hours of overtime. And now I'm like sitting in my bed because I'm about to take a nap and I'm really, really excited about it. I'm just trying to make my face look not so big. But you know what? I got a big head and I got a big fat face. So what are you going to do? Anyway, I rewatched what I said in the little other two snippets that I had recorded so far, and I had said that I wasn't sure if I would be able to tell you that you should watch this movie, but I think I can tell you to go ahead and watch this movie. Because I think I liked it. And I don't. It's weird because I really do think that I like the movie, but I'm just not sure why. Because I don't think that it should have I don't think it should have worked as a likable movie. The two males that she has to choose from are both like super boring, and I stand by the fact that they like look like they could be cousins. The thing that I said in the beginning, like that if you put them next to each other, I would be like, I don't remember who's the husband, and I don't remember who's the one that wanted to marry her, whose father's a total douchebag. I stand by that. I was wrong in the beginning when I said it's like 13 going on 30, except that they were going to be like 15. It's that they go back 15 years. So it's like, I keep seeing like a spot because my mascara is probably falling off. But it was that in the present day, they're like 37, and then they go back to when she's like 22. So I don't know how much of a sucker I am for I don't know if I'm such a sucker for time travel that made it like overshadow the things that were problematic with this movie. Like I'm also a sucker for like a caper or a heist. Like I love a heist. And there is a scene in this movie that involves a caper and a caper or a heist or both. And I was so distracted by the fact that what they were doing was illegal, even if it had like a really good um, the intentions were great and it was going to lead to a good outcome and the good guys were going to win and prevail. And maybe like I feel like the lesson was like sometimes you have to do shit that's hella shady if you're going to beat some shady people. I mean, a weird lesson considering that the main character's a lawyer who's dazzling people with her legal skills because they all think she's 22 and about to go to law school, and not that she's already gone to law school and then been practicing law for all these years. So, anyway, um, yeah, that part was problematic. Fun, but problematic. But ultimately, I think I would watch this movie again. Like, I think if it was on, I would just, like, put it on. And, yeah, I'm still I'm confused as to why I'm telling you that you should go ahead and watch it. So if you do watch it, can you comment and tell me if you liked it or if you thought it was garbage or if I'm bananas? Because I feel a little bananas for liking it and for recommending it. So thanks for listening. I hope that you have a great day or a great night or a great morning. I don't know, again, when you're watching this or if you're watching this, but I want to wish you all of those things. And thank you. I didn't hit stop. And then I'm just sitting here smiling like this. Okay, let's do it again.